Alright, so this is 6.2. We're going to be going over trig and solving right triangles. The picture is kind of hard to see. We have a triangle ABC. We have angle B, and we have side B. Okay, the side is always opposite the angle. So wherever the letter of the angle, the side is opposite. So I'm going to draw this rectangle right side up instead of upside down. So I'm going to draw it like this. It's a right triangle. And I'll still match up the angles and sides together. So the hypotenuse is always side C. That's the longest side. Angle A here, and this is side A. And then this is angle B and side B, which is 130. And we have 67.4. Okay, so this is going to be 67.4. Alright, so the first thing we want to do when solving this right triangle, we can find out all the angles. We have a 90-degree angle. These two are complementary angles, meaning they add to 90 degrees. Or you can look at the whole triangle as to be 180. Either way, it works. Alright, so I just look at, okay, this is 90. These two also have to be 90 to give us a total of 180. So angle A is equal to 90 minus angle B, which is 67.4. And again, this comes from the idea that all the angles add to 180. This is 90, so I'm just taking half of that. Okay, and that will give us 22.6 degrees. Okay, very important to put that degrees. So angle A is 22.6 degrees. Now that we have angle A, we want to find side A and side C. Okay, so I'm going to say A and C. The way we find those is by using trig. Normally we would use Pythagorean theorem, but we need to have two sides. Okay, we don't have that. So if I want to find side A, what we have, or I have angle B, and in relation, this is the adjacent, and then opposite is 130. So adjacent side, so you have to be given an angle. So based on this angle B, I have the adjacent side and the opposite. So the trig function they use adjacent and opposite is tangent. So we have to do tangent, okay, of whatever angle is equal to, no, tangent is equal to opposite, sorry, I'm saying it backwards, opposite over adjacent. I think I was saying adjacent over opposite. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Okay, so what that means is we're going to do tangent of 67.4 degrees is equal to opposite side, which is 130, over adjacent, which is A. Alright, so in order to solve for A, we're just going to pretty much interchange these. We're going to multiply the A and then divide the tangent. Okay, so doing so, A will come over here, and then we're going to divide by tangent. So A equals 130 divided by tangent of 67.4. Alright, so I'm just going to put this in this basic calculator online. Alright, so we have the basic form, and then you have option where you can go to scientific. And we're going to do 130 divided by, and then you have to do the angle first and then do the trig function. So I have to do 67.4 and then I have to go to trigonometry and select tangent. So you see it's doing 130 divided by tangent of this, and this is the tangent part. So then when I hit enter or equals, I get 54.1, and it says round to the nearest tenth, so 1 decimal place. So again, that was 54.1. So side A is 54.1, and then I'm going to do something similar to find C. So you always want to use the angle that you're given. So angle B, we have, this is the hypotenuse, and we have opposite and hypotenuse. So we want to use sine this time. All right, sine of an angle is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. All right, so I'm going to be doing sine of 67.4 equals opposite, which is 130, over hypotenuse, which is going to be C. We're going to do the same thing, just pretty much interchange these, multiply by C to get it off the bottom, and then divide by sine 67.4. And what we expect is some number that's going to be larger than 130, because the hypotenuse is the longest side, which we can't hardly see anymore. All right, so 130 divided by sine of 67.4. Okay, so calculator, clear. We're going to do 130 divided by 67.4, and then trigonometry sine of 67.4. All right, looks good. Enter, and we get 140.8. Okay, which is what we'd expect, 140.8. All right, so up here I'm going to say 140.8. All right, so now that we have all of these measurements, we're going to just enter them into our computer. So angle A, 22.6. Got that by subtracting 90, because the complementary angles here have to add to 90 to give us 180. So we subtract that, we get 22.6. Finding side A, we start with angle B. We have opposite and adjacent sides. So opposite and adjacent, we have to use tangent. We use that formula and we get 54.1. And then similarly, to find C, we have opposite and hypotenuse. So sine is opposite of hypotenuse, and that gave us 140.8.